video, I'll be giving a brief explanation on what is pandas and why do we need them and some real life applications of pandas. And also, we'll be seeing what is a data frame and panda series. And also, I'll be showing different ways of creating data frame in Jupyter Notebook. And we'll be seeing data selections using some conditions. And we'll be starting that right now.
So I can learn how to love.
Welcome back to Creative World. If you are new to this channel, this is Preetham and you're watching part 4 of the series on data science. If you have missed the previous parts, please do watch them so that you can get a complete idea what's going on right now. If you want to learn more stuff, please do subscribe Creative World. Pandas is a Python module which is used for manipulation, cleaning and analyzing huge amounts of data. Some real life applications based on pandas are stock market prediction. We have many apps which provides an interface for stock market and suggest you when to buy and when to sell shares. The prediction of the share value is done using pandas. Advertisement. We all watch advertisements, right? You may also see some advertisement in the middle of my video. Every company before making an advertisement analyzes the customer data and knows what the customer actually needs, and the analysis is done using pandas. And we all use Netflix, Prime and some music apps like Spotify, Gaana, Wink and also YouTube and many social media apps. All these apps analyzes the customer data and knows the likes and dislikes of the customer so that they can recommend you or suggest you based on their data. So all the analysis of the customer data is done using pandas. And finally, pandas is the best way to analyze the huge amounts of data. Till now, we have seen what is pandas and some real life applications based on pandas. Now let's see how pandas actually work. Before going into that, I have made an CSV file of students' data to make you understand better. I have provided the link in the description below. Please download that from the description. Generally, pandas has two main data structures, data frames and panda series. Panda series is a one-dimensional data structure which is used to store values and every value has its own index. And data frame is a two-dimensional data structure, basically the table with rows and columns, and every row has its own index and every column has its own name. We'll see that in practical. Consider this student table. Here, every column, that is name, marks, department, year, individually is a panda series, and you can see that every value has its own index, and the total table is known as a data frame. Every column has its own name and every row has its own value. And now let's see how to create a data frame in Jupyter Notebook. Firstly, you need to open Jupyter Notebook on your system. If you have not installed Jupyter Notebook on your system, in the previous video I have shown you how to install Jupyter Notebook on your system. Please do watch that. Once you install Jupyter Notebook on your system, go to command prompt and type pip space install space pandas. Will be downloaded on your system. As I mentioned in the previous video, pip is a command which is used to install or uninstall Python modules on your system. Once you press enter, all the libraries will be downloaded and now you are ready to work on pandas. To open Jupyter Notebook, go to command prompt and type Jupyter Notebook. It will be opened in your default web browser. In my system, Google Chrome is the default browser, so it opened in Google. Then go to new and click on Python 3. Once you click on Python 3, a new notebook will be open where you can run your code. There are mainly three ways of creating a data frame. One is using dictionaries, and the other one is using panda series, and the third one is importing a data frame from your system. Firstly, I'll be showing you how to create a data frame using dictionaries. Firstly, you need to import pandas. Import space pandas. I'll be using an alias name as PD because we'll be using pandas many times. So instead of typing pandas completely, I'll take a small word as PD. Once I do that, I'll be declaring a dictionary first. Generally, dictionary has key and value. Here, I want to create two columns. One is name and the other one is marks. Firstly, name. If there are many values for same key, you need to take a list. I am taking three names as X, Y, Z. And the next key is marks. I'll be taking 30, 40, 50 as the marks of X, Y and Z. Then I'll be creating a data frame now. I'll be taking the data frame name as df equal to pd.dataframe. Data frame is the function which is used to create a data frame. I'll pass the dictionary which we have created previously into the data frame. Once you do that, I'll be clicking on run. So there is no error, so I'll be printing the data frame. You just need to type df and press on run. See, here a data frame is printed, name and marks. The key name is defaultly named as column name and marks, x30, y40 and z60. Now we'll be creating a data frame using Pandas series. For that, you need to import pandas as pd, and then the main difference between dictionaries and Pandas series is here, instead of passing the values directly, we pass the values using Pandas series. Data equal to same format. We'll be taking same key value as name. Instead of passing values directly, I'll be using p.series x, y, z. And the next column is marks, pd.series, and passing the values 30, 40, 50, same as the above one, 50. And pass the same dictionary to data frame. Once you click on run, there is no error. Now let's print df, that is data frame, and click on run. See, the same output is printed as of the above one, so that we can create a data frame using Pandas series. Now we'll be importing a data frame from our system. Before that, I have a small tip for you. Just before importing the data frame into your system, you need to create a CSV file in your system. CSV file is nothing but a comma separated values. It's same as the Excel sheet, but the major difference is it can be opened in text editor, notepad and many streams. The size of the CSV file is smaller when compared with Excel sheet. I mentioned in the starting of the video that I have made a CSV file to make you understand better. Once you download that, you can upload that here so that we can do some operations on that. Just go to home, and click on upload. Once you click on upload, you can browse on your system. Go to your downloads. For me, it's my desktop. For you, it may be in downloads. Just click on what you want to import here and click on open. And now click on upload. Once you got uploaded, you can import that here. To import that here, import space pandas as pd. I'll create a data frame df pd dot. Firstly, I need to read the file, right? Data equal to read the CSV file, we have a function called read underscore CSV, and here you need to give the name of the file. That is, for me, it's marks.csv. Once you import that, just send the parameter to the data frame as data. Df equal to pd.dataframe and set the parameter as data. Once you click on run, there is no error, so I can print the data frame now. See, the CSV file has printed here. In this way, you can create a data frame in Jupyter Notebook. So, while importing the data frame, you can also specify some conditions so that only the satisfied conditions data will be read. We'll be seeing that. Sometimes we don't need all the data in the CSV file. We only just need a preview. For that case, you just need to do df.head. It will be giving the top 5 rows of the data frame. See, it printed top 5 rows, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 indexes. If you want the last rows, just type, instead of head, you need to type tail. If you run this, you can see the last one, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So suppose if you want to specify a condition, in this case, if I want to read the students whose marks are greater than 90, just you need to read the CSV file. You can see that only one person in Ranil has scored the marks 97. So suppose if I want to change that to 0 and click on run, see, all 9 persons have scored marks more than 0. You can also mention some other conditions while importing the data. In this way, the data frame works. As always, keep learning, my lovely friends. If you like this video, please do like. If you have not understood any topic in this video, please do comment. And if you want to learn more stuff like this, please subscribe to Creative World. Thank you for watching.
Light it up, and we smoke.